Welcome to Golden Memories. I'm Barbara. Here, we revisit the lives of cherished icons whose moments continue to shine through time. Their talent, warmth, and dedication left a lasting impression on audiences everywhere. Join us as we celebrate their journeys across film, music, and culture, honoring memories that remain timeless and forever inspiring. Alexander Vasilyevich Maslyakov was one of the most familiar and beloved faces in Soviet and Russian television. Born on November 24, 1941, in Yekaterinburg, he grew up during a challenging period, but eventually built a career that brought humor and lightness into countless homes. Known for his calm presence and quick wit, he became a trusted figure for audiences across generations. KVN and a cultural legacy, Maslyakov is best remembered for his lifelong role in KVN, Club of the Funny and Inventive, which he hosted and shaped from 1964 to 2022. Under his guidance, KVN grew into more than just a television program. It became a cultural platform that nurtured young comedians and influenced humor across the region. Many performers who started there went on to build successful careers, carrying forward the creative spirit he encouraged. Family and final years. He was married to Svetlana Maslyakova, and together they raised a family, including their son, Alexander Maslyakov Jr., who also worked in television. Maslyakov passed away in Moscow at the age of 82 after a prolonged illness. While his loss was deeply felt, his legacy continues through KVN and the many entertainers he inspired, leaving behind a lasting mark on television history. Langam Whitfield, born on August 27, 1938 in Oxford, Mississippi, was an American actress who developed an early interest in performance. Raised in a supportive family environment, she was the daughter of Frances Turner Whitfield and Richard N. Whitfield Jr. From a young age, she showed a natural inclination toward the arts, which later shaped her path into acting across multiple entertainment mediums. Acting career and versatility. Whitfield built a diverse career spanning old-time radio, television, stage, and film. She became known for her adaptability, moving smoothly between different forms of storytelling at a time when the entertainment industry was evolving rapidly. Her work in radio brought her recognition for expressive voice performances, while her television and stage appearances highlighted her steady presence and grounded acting style. She contributed to several mid-century American productions, earning quiet respect within the industry for her consistency and professionalism. Legacy and remembrance. Langam Whitfield passed away in Washington, United States, at the age of 85. Her cause of death has not been publicly disclosed, as her family chose to keep those details private. She is remembered for her dedication to her craft and her contributions to classic American entertainment. Her work continues to be appreciated by audiences who value early radio and screen acting, preserving her place in the history of American performance arts. Christopher Sims, a respected economist known for transforming how economists study real-world data, has passed away at the age of 83 in Minneapolis. His career was defined by a deep effort to understand how economic forces like inflation and interest rates interact over time, using methods that made complex systems easier to analyze and interpret. Nobel recognition. In 2011, Sims was awarded the Nobel Prize in Economics for his groundbreaking work on how cause and effect can be identified within economic systems. His ideas gave policymakers better tools to interpret data and improved how governments and institutions respond to economic change, especially during uncertain financial periods. Teacher and scholar beyond his research, Sims was widely admired as a dedicated teacher. He spent years mentoring students at Princeton University, and earlier at Harvard University, Yale University, and the University of Minnesota. Many of his students remember him for his clarity, patience, and ability to make difficult concepts feel approachable. Lasting legacy. Christopher Sims leaves behind a body of work that continues to guide economic thinking today. His influence lives on not only in academic papers and policy models, but also in the generations of students and economists he helped shape through his teaching and ideas. Actor Chuck Norris has passed away at the age of 86. However, this information is not supported by any verified or credible sources. In reality, Chuck Norris is alive, and such statements appear to be part of recurring internet rumors that occasionally spread about well-known public figures. While the message may sound emotional and convincing, it is important to approach it carefully and rely on confirmed information rather than unverified posts or viral content. What is being said online? The claim describes Chuck Norris as a legendary martial artist and television star, particularly known for his role in Walker, Texas Ranger, and suggests that his passing marks the end of an era. It emphasizes his influence as a symbol of strength, discipline, and resilience, portraying him as someone who inspired audiences worldwide. While these descriptions of his character and career are generally aligned with how he is viewed culturally, the specific claim about his death is inaccurate and not confirmed by any official announcement or reputable news organization. Online misinformation like this can spread quickly, especially when it involves famous personalities who have been in the public eye for decades. The reality and current status. Chuck Norris, born Carlos Ray Norris, remains a living figure known for his contributions to martial arts, film, and television. He rose to fame through action films in the 1970s and 1980s, and later became widely recognized for his long-running television series, Walker, Texas Ranger. Beyond entertainment, he is also known for his martial arts achievements, including founding his own discipline and training many students over the years. In recent years, he has largely stepped back from acting, but continues to make occasional public appearances and engage in charitable and advocacy work. As of current verified information, there is no evidence or official report confirming any passing, making the circulating claim false. His career and lasting legacy. Chuck Norris has built a legacy that extends far beyond action films and television roles. He is often remembered for portraying characters who embody justice, discipline, and perseverance, which contributed to his larger-than-life public image. Outside of Hollywood, he has had a significant influence in martial arts, helping to popularize it in Western entertainment and culture. His persona also became a part of internet culture through humorous Chuck Norris facts, which further cemented his status as a global pop culture icon. Even today, his name is associated with strength and resilience, reflecting the long-standing impact of his work across multiple generations of fans. Why rumors like this spread false reports about celebrity deaths are not uncommon on the internet, and often spread due to misunderstanding, clickbait content, or viral misinformation. When a public figure is widely known and admired, emotionally charged messages can circulate quickly without verification. This highlights the importance of checking reliable news sources before accepting or sharing such claims. In Chuck Norris's case, his long career and iconic status make him a frequent subject of exaggerated or fictional stories online. Being aware of how information spreads helps prevent confusion and ensures that accurate facts are shared instead. Dylan Carter stepped into the spotlight with a calm presence and a voice that immediately drew people in. During his blind audition on The Voice, he shared how much it meant to him if Reba McEntire turned her chair. What followed became a standout moment. Every coach turned around. Standing in front of Reba McEntire, John Legend, Niall Horan, and Gwen Stefani, he described it as something he had always hoped for, but never fully believed would happen. His performance carried deep emotion, leaving a strong impact on everyone in the room. A personal story. Behind the music. For Dylan, music was closely tied to his life and emotions. Growing up in South Carolina, he lived a quiet life and rarely stepped outside his comfort zone. He often spoke about his late mother, who believed in his dream and wanted to see him succeed. After several attempts to join the show, he finally made it. Singing a song connected to her memory, he delivered a heartfelt performance filled with honesty and emotion, making the moment especially meaningful. Determination and growth. Dylan's journey reflected persistence and dedication. Even after earlier setbacks, he continued to pursue his dream. His rare four-chair turn highlighted his talent, and choosing Reba McEntire as his coach helped him grow as an artist. Although his time on the show was not long, his performances left a strong impression. A memory that lasts. Dylan Carter's story is remembered for its sincerity and emotional depth. Beyond his voice, people connected with his kindness and humility. His journey continues to remind audiences how music can express love, loss, and hope in powerful ways. In 2020, Simon Cowell suffered a devastating accident that forced the world to see him differently. A fall from an electric bike left his spine severely injured, requiring hours of surgery and the insertion of metal rods just to stabilize his back. Doctors later admitted how close he came to losing his life. For someone once known for his sharp confidence and relentless energy, the aftermath was humbling. Recovery was slow, painful, and uncertain, filled with small victories like standing up or walking a few steps. Then, just as he began healing, another accident followed in 2022, shaking his sense of control even further. These moments didn't just affect his body, they shifted his mindset. The man who once thrived on speed, ambition, and dominance was suddenly forced to slow down and confront his own vulnerability in ways he never had before. A childhood without warmth. Long before fame, Simon's story began in quiet emotional distance rather than applause. Born in London in 1959, he grew up in a comfortable household that, on the surface, seemed ideal. Yet beneath that stability was a lack of emotional connection that shaped him deeply. His mother, though graceful and admired, struggled to express affection in ways he could feel. His father, a disciplined and achievement-focused man, rarely offered praise or reassurance. For a young boy, those absences left a lasting imprint. Simon later reflected that he knew he was loved, but rarely felt it expressed. That subtle gap created a hunger, not just for success, but for recognition and validation. It wasn't dramatic neglect, but a quiet absence that stayed with him, influencing how he approached relationships, ambition, and even himself as he grew older. Struggles in school and early life school didn't offer the sense of belonging Simon lacked at home. Instead, it became another place where he felt out of step. He wasn't uninterested in learning, but he resisted rigid systems and expectations. Teachers often saw him as disruptive rather than curious, and he left school with minimal qualifications and even less direction. Entering adulthood, he drifted through small jobs, unsure of where he fit. Watching peers move forward only deepened his sense of being left behind. It was a period marked by uncertainty and frustration, where opportunities felt out of reach. Eventually, through family connections, he landed a job in the mailroom at EMI Music Publishing. It wasn't glamorous. In fact, it was the lowest rung. But it placed him inside an industry that fascinated him. Even then, though unnoticed by most, Simon began observing, learning quietly from the sidelines, learning from failure and starting over. Simon's first major attempt at building something of his own came in the 1980s when he launched a record label. For a brief moment, success seemed within reach. A few hit songs brought attention, money, and confidence, but the industry shifted quickly, and what worked once stopped working just as fast. By the end of the decade, his business collapsed, leaving him in debt and forced to move back into his parents' home at the age of 30. It was a difficult period, filled with self-doubt and reflection. Yet, instead of ending his ambitions, that failure reshaped them. He began to understand that success in entertainment wasn't just about talent. It was about understanding people, trends, and timing. Slowly, he rebuilt his career, taking smaller roles and learning from past mistakes. The experience didn't just teach him resilience, it refined his instincts in a way that would later define his success. Finding his place in the music industry. During the 1990s, Simon began rebuilding his reputation in the music business by focusing on what audiences actually enjoyed. While critics often dismissed his choices, he paid attention to the public instead. He supported acts that connected with everyday listeners, even if they weren't considered groundbreaking. This approach brought steady success and financial stability, proving that instinct could sometimes matter more than approval. Though he regained his footing, a sense of uncertainty remained. Having lost everything once, he carried a quiet fear of it happening again. Still, this phase of his life laid the foundation for what was to come. He had developed a sharp understanding of popular taste, combined with the resilience built through failure. What he needed next was a platform, and that opportunity would soon arrive in a completely different form: the rise of a television icon. Everything changed when Simon stepped into television as a judge on shows like Pop Idol and later American Idol. His direct, honest style stood out immediately. At a time when most judges softened criticism, Simon spoke plainly. While some found it harsh, many viewers appreciated the honesty. It made him memorable and eventually one of the most recognizable faces on television. He became known not just for judging talent, but for spotting it early. Over time, he played a role in launching the careers of artists like Kelly Clarkson and groups like One Direction. His influence grew as he expanded into creating shows like The X Factor and Got Talent, building an entertainment empire that reached audiences worldwide. Fame, pressure, and personal challenges. With success came intense pressure. Managing multiple global shows meant long hours, constant travel, and little personal time. Public perception also shifted. While some admired his honesty, others criticized him as overly harsh. The same traits that made him famous also made him controversial. Away from the spotlight, maintaining relationships became difficult. His schedule left little room for connection, and the fast pace of his career created distance between him and others. Despite the success, there were moments when he felt isolated. The drive that pushed him forward professionally often came at a personal cost. Over time, this imbalance became harder to ignore, especially as life began presenting challenges that success alone couldn't solve. A turning point through fatherhood. In 2014, Simon's life changed in a deeply personal way with the birth of his son, Eric. Becoming a father introduced a perspective he had never fully experienced before. Priorities shifted almost immediately. Work, while still important, no longer held the same central place it once did. Simple moments, reading stories, spending evenings together, began to matter more. Fatherhood softened parts of his personality that had long been defined by competition and control. It also gave him a sense of purpose beyond achievement. While his past decisions had brought both success and criticism, this new role allowed him to focus on growth and presence. For someone who had spent much of his life seeking validation, being a parent offered something different: connection that didn't depend on performance or results. Loss, reflection, and slowing down. As the years passed, Simon experienced personal losses that deepened his perspective on life. The passing of his parents marked the end of a chapter that had shaped him profoundly. Later, the loss of Liam Payne, someone he had known since his early career, brought another wave of reflection. These moments reinforced how unpredictable and fragile life can be. Combined with his health challenges, they encouraged him to slow down and focus on what truly mattered. He began reducing his workload, spending more time with family, and stepping back from the relentless pace that once defined him. Success no longer meant constant expansion. It meant balance, presence, and appreciation for everyday moments that often go unnoticed. a different kind of legacy. Today, Simon Cowell's life looks very different from the one he once led. While he remains a significant figure in entertainment, his priorities have clearly shifted. Health, family, and personal fulfillment now take precedence over constant growth. He has also expressed interest in using his resources to support causes like education and opportunities for young talent. His journey reflects more than just success in business or television. It shows the evolution of a person shaped by both achievement and adversity. The sharp, driven figure who once dominated screens has become more reflective and measured. In the end, his story isn't only about fame or influence, but about change. It's about learning, adjusting, and recognizing that what matters most often isn't what you build, but how you live and who you share it with.